rolling. So we stopped at the perfect segment. My man ended his b-ball career, and then he gave us the cliffhanger saying that's when he fell in love with cooking. So I need you to talk about that transition. Ball stops for you in terms of playing at school, but then you say you fell in love with cooking, bro. So walk us through with that journey, how you got started, bro.
So it actually started like while I was in school. I was older, so my teammates would come to my crib, and then I'm just like my family cooked, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like both of my grandmothers was caterers.
Yeah,
I just grew up in that environment. My pops
that makes
always
sense.
Cooking and barbecuing,
makes sense.
All type of stuff. So when I couldn't go home for Thanksgiving, I'm like, man, Pops basically walked me through some recipes over the phone. I hooked up Thanksgiving dinner for me and my teammates.
You did the turkey too?
No, turkey was the only thing I did.
I'm about to say,
I ain't do the turkey. I really wasn't into the turkey. I really wasn't into the turkey much anyway at the time.
I ain't either, bro.
So everything was, smacking. Had a couple chicks coming through. They just like, so next time I hosted like a little something at the crib, everybody coming through like, Rod, what you cooking? Whatever. I'm like, so I always used to have food on deck for everybody.
Yeah.
And Wingstop wasn't up here yet. So I was like, had this infatuation with Wingstop. So I'm like, man, I ain't finna be buying this shit. So I start buying wings and experimenting making wings myself. And shit, that's where it came from.
So let me ask you this, bro. In terms of like the business and you actually selling it, when did that start happening?
A while after that.
Okay.
So that was probably like 2010 that I was talking about.
Okay.
The first time I made money off of it was like 2013. So I was posting me make wings. Really, it was really only wings.
Yeah.
And then people was asking like, oh, where them at? I was overseas with Wook his first year in Italy, and we used to go to the American grocery store on the Army base like 45 minutes away.
Okay.
We had a plug to get on the base, so I would get wings and stuff and just be making them out there for us.
Yeah.
So somebody was like, man, when you come back, I want to get some of them wings.
Yeah.
And they actually ended up hitting me up to do like a housewarming or something that they was having.
Yeah.
And I was like, they just wanted like a 50 piece. And I was like, my first paid gig. And then somebody that was at that hit me up to do 100 piece because their sister was graduating college in the winter.
Yeah.
And they was having a graduation party and asked me for how much I charged for 100 wings. I hadn't even thought about it.
I was just going to ask you.
Listen, I just said, hey, I'm like, you know what? Can I call you back with a quote or whatever?
Yeah.
They're like, sure. And it was literally like instinct. As soon as I got off the phone with them, I just looked up Wingstop number.
Okay.
Call Wingstop like, hey, I want to order 100 wings. I want to get like 3 different kinds. How much for that?
Yeah.
They told me. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to call y'all back. Call B-Dubs, do the same thing.
Yeah, that's smart.
Call JJ's, do the same thing. Yeah. So I'm like, everybody was within like $5 to $8 of each other.
Okay.
And I charged $10 less.
Okay. That's smart.
So, because I'm like, shoot, if I want the money or just want the business, I got to do something different than what I got to have some type of appeal other than I know it might be better.
Okay.
But I got to be like, hey, because they could just go to one of them, you know what I'm saying? So
I gotta ask you, bro, because I love wings, bro. If I'm going to the bar now, I'm getting a 10-piece of something traditional. You know what I'm saying? Boneless if they ain't got traditional.
Right.
But with in terms of getting your style and getting your recipe down, how long did it take you? Okay, this is it. Was it a lot of trial and error, or you just knew out gate like I do it like this, ain't no changing it?
It has changed over time.
Yeah.
Right now it ain't changing.
Yeah.
But it did change at one point once I got more familiar with different products, ingredients.
Yeah, for sure.
Things like that. But I always knew how I wanted it to taste.
Yeah.
Without doing like a taste test, if you will.
Yeah,
I just like, I know if I put this together, it's gonna taste like this, and that's how I want it to taste.
Okay.
Like, I've done events. I had a tasting party that I did with a bunch of new recipes years ago, and like 4 of the things that I had on the menu, I never made before.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I made it the day of. I didn't do a testing run or nothing.
Yeah.
I made it the morning of the tasting party.
Yeah.
And just showed up with it because I knew what I wanted to do and how I wanted to taste. And now those things is things I do all the time now.
So let me ask you this. When you came back to the block and word get out that you made wings, was you nervous when people off the block was coming to you like, hey, bro, you cooking the wings? Like,
no, because they was like my neighbors and shit was kind of like my first. They was kind of like my first customers for real, in a sense, because, like I said, I've been living over there forever. So once they found out I was doing something, they like, oh, let me try this.
Yeah, they want to.
Then once they have oh, you doing some more tomorrow?
Yeah,
or, you know what I'm saying. So it just became like a thing. It was never. I ain't gonna say it's. You always like you got to prove yourself every time because you could have one slip up and then somebody like, man, or I don't know, Rod Wings, he's slipping on the wing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
It can, you could have that, and people so particular and have like a real like short term memory on like what they food. It's like you mess it up one time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't always get to redeem yourself in a sense. So I don't know. You get like a little sense of like a little anxious, little anxiety, like oh man, I hope it's what it always is.
Yeah. So let me ask you this, bro. So you doing your wings, you selling them. When did you get to the point where like, okay, I need to brand this, I need a name, and then how did you come up with the name for the business?
So when I started, I was just like, I don't know, I just need something catchy. I always knew that like things, because I thought in the terms of a consumer. Okay. So I'm just like, what would catch my eye? And then I'm like, all right, Rod's Wings and thing. Yeah. So that's when I started under that name. Yeah. And I moved to Arizona. I visited Arizona and I saw the opportunities for my business out there because the food scene was just super, man. Yeah. I'm like, what? I could, man. Do your thing. So I visited for New Year's of 2015, bringing in 16. And I moved out there in February of 16.
Yeah, I know you moved out there.
Yeah. So that was the first time I moved out there. So me and my boy Troy Bino, man, we got on the road, we drove. Yeah. Made history. We always say we made history, dog. Yeah. We drove out there. He still live there now. Okay. But I ended up bumping into a lot of people. It was kind of moving kind of fast. I met this chick and she told me that her aunt wanted to invest in a food truck. And she was looking for somebody to do it with. Yeah. So she introduced me to her aunt. I hooked up like a little sample platter for her, took it to her. She loved it. She like, man, look, I want to, be a business advisor, partner. We're gonna help you get this off the ground and grow it out here. Yeah. So she kind of like opened my mind up a little more. Like I already had the idea of the business aspect of it and what I wanted to do. I had my vision. And she was just really supposed to be a tool to help me execute the vision. Yeah. And, partner with me and help it, come to life. So I knew a guy, my guy here, his name Greg, call him G-Co. G was a brand creator, and he designed products for so many different companies and whole merchandise catalogs for John Deere, all these big Fortune 500s. And I told her that I knew a guy like that, so she said, yeah, let's get on the horn with him and create this brand. Let's have him do a brand mock-up. And she was like, we gotta come up with a name that's universal. Like Rod's Wings and things is cool. Yeah. But we need something that's like McDonald's. Okay. Wendy's.
Yeah.
Check. You know what I'm saying? Like, come up, we got to come up with something. So, me talking to Greg, we just kind of like spitfiring, and Wingmans came up.
Yeah.
But the way pronounced it was like Wingmans. Like, and I'm like,
I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really like that.
That sounds like somebody's last name.
Right, exactly. And then I was like, what about kind of like doing, like, just pronouncing it different, like a superhero, like Wingman to the rescue type thing. And
I dig that.
You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, that could work. You know what I'm saying? But like, so he did a mock-up about like 10 different logo designs. Had it like, bottle designs and all this stuff. He had a nice, put a whole branding package together. Mm-hmm. The first logo he sent me was the one that's my logo.
To this day.
To this is the one I chose. Dope,
like, shout out to bro.
I saw it first. It was the first one. He sent them all in separate emails, all the branding packages. I saw the first one. I'm like, oh, that's it.
That's it.
This is it. But then I was like, no, let me not get thirsty. Let me look at all of them.
You know, but in your mind, you knew like,
I saw that and I was like, that's the one.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, if this the first one, he might have something better than this.
Right.
But nah, it was it from the jump. So
let me ask you this, bro, because your thing was wings. But in terms of just your catalog and like growing with other foods, what made you be like, okay, I'm dope at wings, but man, I got to start cooking this other stuff too?
I always did the other stuff.
Okay.
But I just knew one thing that I knew early is like you got to be consistent enough with one thing.
Yeah, for sure.
That have an undeniable thing to make people trust you to do anything.
For sure.
So I did only wings for so long. People was like, "Hey man, you should do some fish fries." I'm saying plenty different stuff, and I'm just like, "Nah, I'll just do wings."
Yeah.
But when I got to catering and stuff, people was like, wings is like a baby shower staple.
Yeah.
Then people was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get the wings from you, and then I gotta go here and get that. I'm just trying to see how much that thing gonna cost, and I'm like, well, what else do you need? Because I do everything.
Yeah.
So it kind of like branched into just out of necessity of people they're gonna spend their money on the same thing anyway. They're like, I might as well spend all my money with you then.
That makes sense.
And I'm like, so it kind of like just branched into that. But like I was making raps for myself for like probably 2-3 years before I put them on the menu.
Flowers, bro. My wife my wife loved his raps. And bro, speak on the sauces, man. Speak on this. Come on, man. You guys speak on them sauces, man. Cause that Chipotle Ranch. Every time you go to Rock, get some Chipotle Ranch.
That's the people's favorite right there. Yeah. A little sidebar. I'm in culinary school right now. One of my classes that ended maybe like a month ago now.
Yeah.
The session of it was called Stock, Soups, and Sauces.
Okay.
So when that was coming to an end, on the last day, I brought some wings in and cooked for my classmates, and I brought a bottle of my sauces in, the ones that I package up and sell: Chipotle Ranch, barbecue, buffalo, and lemon pepper. So my chef, the instructor, he was like the first person that did in. He looked at this Chipotle Ranch sauce and he like, I'm gonna try this one. He poured a little bit into his little tank on top of the wing or whatever. He just said, where do I get this? I'm like, what you mean? Like, where do I get this? How do I get it? I'm like, for me, I'm right here. Like, no, I'm just saying, how much do I give you my money now? Like, what are we gonna do? I need this.
Yeah.
So the Chipotle Ranch be one that like hit everybody like that.
Okay, and we're gonna get back to that. Let's not forget that.
Right.
But this man being humble, I want him to talk his stuff in terms of catering. And when celebs, comedians come to the city and they hitting this guy up for food, how did you get into that? How did you get those contacts? And what got you into that?
Honestly, dog, I wish it was like some cold story. Like, I mean, the story's still cold to me. Yeah. But it happened off me just reaching out to people. Like, years ago, before Kevin Hart blew all the way up, he had a show at the Riverside Theater, and I was DMing this nigga for like a month straight every day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, at the time, he had like 1 million, 2 million followers. So I'm like,
he was big, but he wasn't like
now.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, he ain't never gonna hit me back. But then I thought about this because I had experience from like people. I know how it is, how you need to get to the people around the person.
Yeah, for sure.
To sometimes get their attention. So the weekend that they got here, this was like, the show was like probably like Friday and Saturday. On Thursday, I did like a group DM on Instagram with all of the Plastic Cup boys. And I'm like, yo, basically, I'm Rod. I live in Milwaukee. I got my own catering business. I love to do some food for y'all, hook y'all up while y'all in town. Let me know. I got y'all. All of them niggas start writing me back. So I'm just like, I got tapped in through that. Did the food for them. They like, Naeem Lynn, he was like basically corresponded with me, and he like, how you want to do this? You want to get paid? You want me to pay you, or you want tickets to the show? Yeah. And I'm like, man, I'm a fan. I'll take tickets to the show.
When you told me that, bro, I'm like, that's the realest thing ever. Because I say majority of the people would have been like, no, I need some bread, homie.
Right.
I need some bread. That's cool, but I need some bread. So what made you could have did that, but you chose the show.
Yeah, because I'm really a fan though. Like, that's real. I'm a fan of comedy. I think
that's real.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a connoisseur of it. So I'm like, shit, when else am I gonna be able to see Kevin Hart for free?
Yeah, that's real.
Basically. And it's free anyway, because no matter what I spent on the food, I'm also gonna get some free promotion off of the food. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Like, that's worth something. That's worth something.
At the time, you know what I'm saying? Still to today, and I got a story to tell. So when we dropped the food off, he gave me some money, and he was like, I got the tickets to be in Will Call for you for tomorrow's show.
That's love, man.
So that's how I started. And then I just realized, like, through everything, it's like, shoot, you just got to reach out.
Yeah.
Did the same thing with Carlos Miller.
Solid dude, man.
Reached out to Los.
Solid dude.
And it was like a weird time, crazy time for me. It was just like right after the fire. I had a house fire. I burned my whole kitchen down. Lost everything. And me and my family, we was in a hotel for like 2 months. A little over 2 months. And I couldn't sleep. So I'm just up one night, it's like 3 in the morning. And this nigga Los is on IG Live. So I get on his live, just watching live, because I was nigga, I tapped in a while and out and all that. I just thought bro was funny. Naeem is on the live with him. Los talking to Naeem like, man, we need to open up a restaurant in LA. It ain't really no good nigga food in LA. So I'm in the comment on the live like, hey, Naeem, let him know we could let's do a wing spot. Yeah. So he read my comment. Yeah. Los read my comment. As soon as he read my comment, I'm like, oh, I bet I go right to the DM on him, sending them like my stuff or whatever. And he saw it, but he didn't respond. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Yeah. Then the next day he was on again. I got on again. And then I kind of just DM'd him because I saw they was coming to Chicago. He was coming to Chicago. Yeah. And like a week or two. So I'm like, look, bro, I'm in Milwaukee. I'll drive down to Chicago, hook some shit up for you. Like I did this for, this person, that person. I got a lot of stuff going on I'm going through right now, and this will really help me like get back into the mix and rebuild or whatever. And he asked me like, what happened, what's going on? I told him the story. He was like, damn, bro, like, I'm glad you made it through that. Yeah. If we could work something out, I got you. Chicago didn't end up working out, but another person I'm connected with is Eric Thomas.
Oh yeah, shout out to ET. Yeah, shout out to ET.
So I linked with ET and AZ when I was living out there the first time. I'm thinking there's no way ET was coming out there for like a seminar, a little speech, and I'm thinking there's no way I'm gonna be able to get ET some wings. But I'm like, I gotta try. Yeah. 6 degrees of separation, bro. Wook used to communicate with ET on Twitter back a while, like years prior.
Yeah.
So he like, I done hit ET on every possible way.
Yeah.
We were like, man, I could want me to hit him on Twitter and see if he hit me back. Bro, the same message I sent him, I edited to make it seem like it was coming from Wook.
Yeah.
And about me. ET wrote him back, same, like, with 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And gave him CJ number.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, he just gave you CJ number. You don't understand who CJ is. I hear he talk about CJ and all the time. That's like his right hand man, like the president of his company. He gave me CJ number. I'm talking on the phone to CJ like me and you talking.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they from Michigan. They just like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So bro ended up, oh yeah, hey man, even if the schedule don't permit for you to do some food for us, come out to the, you know, we want you to come out. We got you. We're gonna take care of you. I'm there. I'm chopping it up with these niggas like we've been knowing each other forever.
Yeah. So
after the fire happened and CJ found out about it, he called me. He like, man, come down to Atlanta if you can.
Mm-hmm.
So I go down there. I have some people down there also, and I'm like, man, I need just a break from all this anyway. So I go down there. Mm-hmm. Me and CJ have lunch. I'm leaving lunch with CJ. And the mall that we was by, Los had posted that he was at that mall.
Oh, damn. That's
so crazy. I hit him like, hey, I'm in Atlanta. Like, what's good? And I wasn't doing no food. I ain't even planning on doing food while I was there. Mm-hmm. But I just jacked to him like, yeah, I'm doing some food while I'm out here, bro. What's good? I cook something up for you. He asked me what's on the menu. I'm like, whatever you want, right? So he like, man, I got a show in Indianapolis tomorrow. But I get back Sunday. Let's set it up for Sunday. Mm-hmm. I'm thinking he jacking, like spinning me like. Yeah. Well, so I'm like, all right, cool. He ended up hitting me Saturday night, like, hey, I get in tomorrow. So what's on the menu? And he asked me the same question. I'm gonna say whatever you want. He give me a menu. He said he wants some smothered turkey chops. Never heard of it. Didn't know it existed.
Gotta Google that.
Yeah, I'm like, turkey chop. But I was just like, yeah, I got you. Yeah, okay, what else? So hooked it up for him. Took it. We sitting at his crib like this. Me and shout out my boy D Wright. D Wright took me over there. We sitting in there chopping it up with Los like we at your crib. Like I said, he was just super cool. Dog. Yeah. And he like, man, you know, people, you know, you could be out here doing this for multiple people. And like, nigga, Atlanta is Black Hollywood. This is when it was like really.
That's fact. Yeah, that's.
He like, man, you need to get you like a agent or manager or something that can put you in the, you know what I'm saying, put you in this spot. Mm-hmm. I'm like, help me out. He like, all right, I got you. I get back to the crib. My first time really coming out since the fire. And I'm down at the cigar lounge. They asking me about the experience. Yeah. He called me while I'm talking about this shit. I'm like, this got to be action. I'm like, hello? He like, nigga, where you at? I'm like, I'm down with my people at the cigar lounge. What's good? Like, man, what you doing this weekend? I'm like, nothing. Like, man, I'm gonna damn near have to fly you back out here, dog. I'm telling my cousin about these turkey chops, man. He don't believe me. I'm like, yeah, right. Like, yeah, man. Look up some flights. Then let me know if you trying to come out here this weekend. I'm like, bro, no way. This just happened. You know what I'm saying? So that didn't work out. But I went out there again later in May. Then did some stuff for him then, and it just kind of grew. Him and his the partner that run 85 South, the whole thing. Mm-hmm. He like, man, they want to invest. They want to do either a food truck, restaurant, whatever with me and get it cracking. Then I moved out there to do so. I catered their last show of the year of 2019. Oh, that's dope. And everybody, I'm seeing Ed Reed, T.I., Dro, everybody from Wild 'N Out. A lot of people don't know who Stan Lathan is. Mm-hmm. It's not Lathan Pops. But he a big time comedy producer of like all different comedy shows. He did Def Jam. Yeah. When Dave Chappelle got the Mark Twain Award, he shouted Stan Lathan out. He was dope. There. That's and dope. Stan Lathan was eating my food. Like, he said, hey, you made this food? I'm like, yeah. He's like, nah, your grandma, you gotta have a grandma. Somebody else made this macaroni and cheese. I'm like, seeing everybody everybody was like giving him the utmost respect. He was sitting down, chilling low, wasn't nobody like trying to overtalk to him. Yeah. And he like came to me to give me that compliment. I'm like, this is what I'm supposed to be doing, moving around in this space. So yeah, it's the same thing. It really ain't no crazy formula to it. I was just reaching out to people. Reached out to Desi Banks. He did the same thing.
Shout out to bruh.
He looked out, the second time he came back, ran it back.
Yeah.
Kev on stage to hear more art when they came, hooked it up for them people. So I don't know, bro. It's just about say shoot or shoot. You gotta shoot your shot, man.
Right.
So you gotta give yourself a chance.
I got 2 more questions that I want to talk to you about, just where you trying to go with this, dog.
For sure.
So you said the fire happened. Fire happened to the crib. You got to go through that, bro. What's your mindset and going through all of that, bro?
Man, I ain't never talked about this either.
Yeah.
Like publicly.
Yeah.
But really, it was like my parents, they kind of, they old school. They old.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
The initial thing that I dealt with was like guilt.
Yeah.
And like shame. My family was displaced because of a mistake that I made.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like an actual mistake. It was something that I did all the time. It's just this time.
Yeah.
Just something
just
unfortunately happened. Yeah. So I don't know, it was tough, man. I was having like some PTSD a little bit. That was part of the reason I couldn't sleep. I would like see fire.
Yeah,
I was like, you know how you doze off like in class or something.
For sure,
just
for sure.
I would do that, and I would just like flash fire, and I'm like, oh shit, So I dealt with that for a minute. I don't know, kind of like uncertainty. Like got a little unsure of myself. Like damn, even though what I did had nothing to do, the fire happening had nothing to do with my ability to cook.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, should I be doing this
still?
You know what I'm saying?
Yourself and all that.
And people around me didn't know. You know what I'm saying? Like they ain't know I was, because I had it was physically visible of the effect the fire had on me because my face was all burnt up and my arm and all that shit. It was kind of like people felt sorry for me because of the physical.
Right.
But I was still like myself. I was still joking around, being cool, acting the fool. You know what I'm saying? All of that part. But that was still something that I had to deal with internally, that it really took me a while to get over. I just was kind of in this mode of like, I'm just going to live life to the fullest because I could have lost my life.
For sure.
Like situations could have been way worse than what it was. So
for sure.
I'm just happy and I'm just moving forward. And I'm just like, I kind of knew it was a purpose. Like Lo said something to me because I was at his crib literally a month after the fire happened. I was at his crib.
Okay.
And he he said that it didn't happen to me, it happened for me.
Okay. That's real.
You know what I'm saying? Like that kitchen wasn't the space that you needed to be in. God had to take that away from you so you could see how far you need to grow and get something bigger.
That's real.
So I kind of like kept that mentality and I don't know. I just kind of just kept pushing because I knew I would. And because of situations like that would always remind me that I'm moving in the right space. Because otherwise, how would I be connected with so many people? Many people that's doing phenomenal things.
Most definitely.
I'm like, this got to be the space that I'm supposed to be operating in because I wouldn't be able to move like this if it wasn't where I was supposed to be.
Most definitely. And that's dope, man. And salute to you, man, for picking yourself up. Because a lot of people, bro, they go through trials like that and they just stay down.
Right.
They don't know how to bounce back. They lose confidence and they just lose hope.
Right.
But it's dope you have real ones around you, like I'm saying, Los pulling you up, giving you gems and good advice. So that's dope. So now, bro, we're going to tie the basketball in with the cooking. Now, in terms of your game, smooth, had to handle, you know what I'm saying, IQ, big body. What would you say in terms of your basketball game correlates to your cooking? If you had to compare the two.
Probably just poise.
Okay, speak on it.
I don't know. I don't really get nervous or rattled or.
Okay.
I don't say nervous wouldn't be the word that I would get. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like
anxious,
like layup line. Like I still have that all the time.
Yeah.
But like one of my chefs, he has this speech where he like tells everybody like, yo, our field is a stressful field. Like,
yeah, for sure.
It's very demanding,
mm-hmm.
and you know, sometimes we might need to, you know, have an outlet or whatever. Just find healthy outlets.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, man, the crazy thing is, this is my healthy outlet.
Yeah, that's
so real. I don't really have that issue. Like, I live a pretty. Of course, we all have stress, or stressful situations and things in life. Life happens, but I'm like, because of the things that I've been through in life, this is the least of my worries, the least of my stress.
For sure.
So I'm so calm and so poised. I know how to pivot. I can figure things out. Like, just feel like, I don't know, like you said, IQ. I got like a high cooking IQ.
That's dope.
You know what I mean?
That's dope. And like, just with my job, bro. So I'm a semi truck driver, and I work for Performance Group Foods, and like we deliver to restaurants, high ends, and you see a lot of those chefs sometimes. They look so stressed, you know what I'm saying? They just look uneasy.
Facts.
So it's dope to hear that you able to find that balance and to maintain poise even when it's hectic, because they dealing with a whole staff of, workers, other chefs, got to worry about the bills, making sure stuff is, So I get it, bro, just seeing that stuff firsthand. So we got your story from hoops, got your story from cooking. Now I want to go in. I want to get into your goals, bro. And where you trying to take this thing, man? Because you already done reach heights where people dream about. So what's the goals for your situation, and where you trying to take it, bro?
Man, honestly, dog, I feel like I've already operated in my space of where like these weren't even goals or things that I thought that I would be doing when I started doing it. So I kind of like want to do what I've been doing.
Yeah,
like it's a space that I love operating in.
Yeah,
and of course I scaling it up.
Yeah, for sure
is the goal. So I just want to do what I've been doing at a higher level. You know what I'm saying? The price going up. You know what I'm saying? Just getting the right adding to the resume. Finish school and have that degree and be able to have non-negotiables. It's a better feeling to know people got to pay what they weigh when they dealing with you.
Yeah, that's real.
That's just my goal, is to finish that up, and yeah, man, just really put all the stuff together from over the last 11 years of me doing what I'm doing.
That's dope. And like you say, the price is going up. I'm gonna say this, and this just ain't a black thing. If you got somebody, if somebody with a good product or service, if you want to support them, pay what they asking for.
Right.
Because it's worth it at the end of the day. This man tell me a price, I'm going to give it to him. I ain't going to be like, oh, bro, you my guy. Like, come on, look out. Like, nah, bro, you supposed to break bread with your people. So, like, it's dope that he said that. And his food is worth it, man. This dude know what he doing. So, anytime, and it's just with the bigger conversation, because we talk about entrepreneurship and people wanting to do their own things, man, support other people.
Right.
And don't look for a deal with everybody. And I see that going on too much. And that's not even no black thing. That's just people. People trying to be greedy, all that, man. So when my man say a price, man, pay the man. You know what
and dude, listen, I had a first time, this just happened for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
I had a first time customer who came to me from a referral.
Yeah.
Got a fried turkey and some other things for Thanksgiving catering. She hit me. And I knew I was having like a little issue with my fryer a little bit.
Yeah.
But also it's straight. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking maybe I know I can be a tough critic of myself.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm thinking like whatever. Sure. So and I had a lot going on.
Yeah.
To where I probably shouldn't have even been doing catering on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it was something that I knew some people had asked me to do. So I'm like, all right, I'll just do a little bit. And she texts me and she like, Rod, I'm really sorry to say, but my fried turkey is burnt. She like charred. And I'm like, first of all, Cap, it ain't charred. It definitely ain't charred. Like, if it's a little, like if it's fried harder or a little than your preference, I would agree to that.
Yeah.
But I know I'm like
you ain't do all that.
I know I ain't do all that, but also I'm even like kind of embarrassed that you can make this claim.
Right.
So
right.
I'm gonna read to you verbatim of what I said.
We ain't say her name, so we can do this.
Woman. No, and it was a good exchange. It was a good exchange.
Yeah.
Let me scroll back. When did I talk to this lady? When was Thanksgiving?
Last week, Thursday.
That would be. Boom. All right. I said, person's name. I deeply apologize, as I know how important the turkey is for Thanksgiving dinner. I am ashamed and embarrassed because this is not an accurate representation of my ability, nor my reputation of producing amazing meals and experiences for my clients and customers alike. Customer service and satisfaction is of most importance to me, as I've built my business by the word of mouth of my customers and taking good care of them. With that being said, how would you like for me to rectify the situation? If you would like a refund for the turkey, I will honor that right away and send your money right back. However, I would like the opportunity to redeem myself by compensating you with my services on the house for any event, gathering, or holiday in the future you may have. Whichever you decide is fine with me. Again, I apologize with the utmost sincerity. She hit me back like, wow, thank you so much for that apology. It really shows integrity and for offering to rectify the situation. Because of that, in lieu of a refund, I would like to get another shot and charge your services out in the future.
My nigga, you need to work at HR.
Hey, listen, and I'm talking about, bro. That wasn't nothing pre. I typed that up right away because it was genuinely how I felt though too. It's like, I know I have to do that. And most people would have just been like,
man, F you, man.
Well, whatever, bro. I got my money. It's too late. You know what I'm saying? What you want me to do? But I know the horror stories, quote unquote, of dealing with people, especially with smaller businesses or independent, like people that just move kind of how I move, that you could have an unpleasant encounter with somebody in that situation. And I'm like, no, it shouldn't be like that, bro. I take accountability. If it wasn't valid, then it wasn't valid. I ain't gonna say you know, whatever. So it's just stuff like that. Like, I do this for I ain't trying to hustle nobody, and I don't. And if you operate like a hustle in that fashion, you ain't never gonna get what you're supposed to get out of it.
That's real.
So
hey, I'm about to short that. That's gonna be a short. So we got my man's story. Now I need you to do this for the people. That's your camera and that's your camera, bro. But we gonna keep it right here. Right. Please tell the people where they can find you. Tell them about the deals you got. Tell them about just what you got coming out. Please plug yourself. I want you to go to that camera right there. This one right here? Yeah, this one right there, dog.
So, all right. Instagram, WingmanRod. Facebook business pages is Wingmans. You can type in 414 Milwaukee Wingmans. Right now, I'm in culinary school, so I'm really been focusing on that.
Man, shout out to that.
So I kind of slowed down from I used to sell dinners and sell plates pretty often. Right now, I kind of got that on hold. I'm still doing catering, but I'm really focusing on pushing the brand more. The top of the year, maybe sooner, I will have all my line of sauces bottled up and ready to go. Got some special infused sauces. Got a tequila lime sauce. Got some special infused sauces too that I've done before, but I'm bringing back, and I'll have more readily available, along with my 4 signature sauces that I always
need that Chipotle Ranch, man.
Yes, sir.
Need that Chipotle Ranch, man.
And then also with the clothing, man, with my Never Not Working logo, I'm gonna have the hoodies and jogging suits ready to go at the top of the year too. So I'll be posting where you can pre-order those and get all of that stuff and just support the brand and the business.
I need a large, bro.
Got you.
I need a large, bro. Matter of fact, the wife probably get one for the wife too,
coming
man.
Coming right up.
Dog, we went from Webster to Riverside. First of all, off Keith, we went from there to Webster to Riverside, Juno, South, JUCO, catering. Now this man, you know what I'm saying? Desi Banks, Los, Kevin Hart. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, he had to fire, bounced back to now doing what he doing, man. It's an amazing story. I want y'all to tap in, man. listen to this man's story from hoops to cooking, and it's a beautiful thing to see people transition. Like, unfortunately, like a lot of cats in the city, when it's time for them to put the ball down, it's like, what's next?
Yeah.
Depression kick in.
Yep.
And you just can't fill that void. But it's a beautiful thing to see, you know what I'm saying, Rock pick up something else and still, you know what I'm saying, do his thing. So I'm proud to see you do your thing. I'm a satisfied customer. I'm coming back, you know what I'm saying, whenever you around, bro. So I'm proud of you. And if you got anything left to tell the people, bro, any hope to give to the people, man, anything, any gems, man, before we get up out of here.
Man, on the spot. I guess the best thing I could say, dog, is the best time to start is now. With anything you got that you're thinking about or you want to try, if you never gonna convince yourself that it's the right time if you keep saying you want to wait till it's the right time.
That's real.
So you just got to get out there and start.
That's real.
So
that's real, man. That's my guy, man. Dropping gems on me, man. Like I said, I'm proud of you, and I want you to keep going, bro.
For sure, appreciate it, bro.
So I'm gonna let him get up out of here. It's love on this end, bro.
For sure, bro.
It's cut talk. I'm probably gonna break this up in 2 pieces. So I want y'all to catch the hoop side, catch the cooking side, man. But it's cut talk. Tap in with my guy. It's love over here.
Tap in.
Yes, sir, man. Y'all take it easy.